Hey folks, welcome back to My Can Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is Friday Reads for I think it's the 20th of May. Yeah, I've been in bed with the sore back for 2 days, so, hence snuggly and warm. So I don't really remember what day it is. It's Friday. Date is a bit okay, but I think it's the 20th because the election's tomorrow. Right. Anyway, so I've been doing a bit of reading. Actually, I've been binging Agatha Christie this week because I had to reread The Body in the Library for uni, and that sent me off on a kick. And now I've reread a few more Miss Marples, and I read all 4 Agatha Christie novels that were sitting on my TBR shelf, which were 3 Tommy and Tuppence novels and a Peril, which I thought I'd read all the Poirots. This is the thing. I went through the Marples and the Poirots when I was at university. I'm sure I read them all, except I didn't remember anything about this one. And there's another book that I started on audio recently that I stopped because, again, I didn't remember anything about it. Like, nothing. But I'm sure I've read them all. So anyway, I read this one today, The Clocks, which is a Poirot. So I read the whole thing today, which was quite entertaining. Not much actual Poirot, but still quite entertaining. Yeah, and another thing which I am currently reading, although I have not yet read any today, is Dropbear by Evelyn Araluen. This one was still a prize this year, and this is actually the first time I've read a book that's won the still a prize, because it's usually like contemporary stuff, which is not really my bag. But Evelyn Araluen is an Indigenous woman, and this is a collection of poetry and sort of little mini essays. So I was quite keen because I quite like Indigenous poetry. And the last poetry book I read was indeed a collection of, well, an anthology of Indigenous poets. So yeah, I am reading this very, very slowly, as I do with most poetry things that I read. But it's decent so far. So, you know, perhaps a little more experimental than I generally like my poetry, but I'm only a few pages in, so we'll see how we go. The other thing that I might start reading tonight is another Poirot novel, Agatha Christie, since I'm on a roll. Peril at End House I've picked out from my shelf, which, because I own it, I have definitely read it before. Can I remember what happened? No. It's been a while. Clearly, I don't remember many of the Poirots as well as I remember the Marples. Most of the Poirots ones I remember are the ones that I've seen the TV versions of, and I haven't watched all of the really old ones, because the David Suchet played Poirot for a very long time. So I've read most of the really modern 21st century one. I've watched most of them. Haven't so much watched a lot of the earlier ones. So there are clearly a lot of Poirot stories that I'm not hugely familiar with. So I'm going to go with this one because I've got a copy. Peril at End House. It's a very short one. So, but because I have to actually leave the house tomorrow twice, because A, I need to vote, and B, I have theatre tickets in the evening. So if my back's feeling okay when I go out to vote, I might actually go for a longer walk and head to my favourite secondhand bookstore over in the suburb next to me, and see what they've got in the way of Agatha Christie's, because there are still 2 Tommy and Tuppence ones that I haven't read, and there are still a lot of standalone ones that I haven't read. I think I've only read one standalone one, The Seven Dials Mystery, which I seem to remember really, really liking. So I might do that tomorrow. The other thing I probably need to read this weekend is my last text for this semester, which is a children's book from the UK, which is, I think, You're a Bad Man, Mr. Gunn. So that could be interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. Who knows? It sounds like the kind of thing that small boys might like. So that's my reading plans so far for this weekend. A ton of Agatha Christie, a little bit of Indigenous poetry, and a children's book. So yeah, I guess I better get on that. I mean, seriously, I have already read 7 Agatha Christie's this week. So, you know, I have actually caught up to where I need to be with my overall reading goal for the year. Thank you, Agatha Christie. And I'll see you all again really soon. Bye.